To be honest, I didn't have a lot of expectations for this movie. The movie's about tornadoes, so I expected to see tornado. I really watched it for the storytelling and the creativity. Spoiler alert, it wasn't creative at all. I actually gave it a 1 polar bear out of 5 until one scene happened, and that one scene made me change the rating from 1 polar bear to 2 polar. But don't get me wrong, even though I believe this movie is a Netflix and chill movie, the movie wasn't completely garbage. For example, the intro, it was decent. A group of friends, I guess they're scientists or whatever, ready to chase a tornado, put their life on the line for research purposes. The plan was to get real close to a tornado so this powdered material can get sucked up in the tornado, which causes the tornado to disappear, dissolve, or what they said, collapse, whatever sounds better. And the intro is good. It has this eerie tone where you see a group of friends joking around, having fun, but you know something's off. Something terrible is about to happen. That's what it feels like. And sure enough, something terrible happens. And it has to do with a tornado. The main character, which is supposed to be the smartest one out the group, she assumed this tornado that they was researching was going to be small enough for their little project. And she was wrong. And what's even worse is people's lives were lost. Friend number 1, friend number 2, and most importantly, the love of her life lost his life. She got a little cut. That was about it. The only ones that survived is the one friend that stayed behind and the main character. I really felt bad for her. I'm like, she made one bad call and people were killed because of it. How was she going to live with this? Oh, she moved out of town and started a new life? Wait, she didn't dedicate her life to continue to research after causing innocent lives to be lost? She is a terrible person. In my opinion, the movie should have ended right there. She clearly didn't want to take accountability. She's low-key a murderer. But the one researcher that survived, he ended up popping up out of nowhere and tried to convince her to come back home and continue the research, because now he's working with a certain research program that has better technology, and he needs her because she's real big on tornadoes. She's real smart. She knows a lot about tornadoes, how they form, how they're created. She knows almost everything. Now, in my mind, I'm like, you got to go help this friend because, come on, like, you don't really have a choice. It takes her a while, but of course, she ends up deciding to go help the man. Her and her friend end up getting to the location, but naturally, she was traumatized, so a lot of the instances that had anything to do with tornadoes, she was hesitant, even giving out information because she don't want to be wrong again, because the first time she was wrong. So yeah, she was very hesitant due to the circumstances. I don't really understand this part of the movie, but I guess it's important. So they made it to the location. We find out that they're not the only ones chasing the tornadoes. There's another YouTuber. He's big on YouTube, and he's a storm chaser too. He's there to get some good footage, and he has a souped up SUV. I'm talking about, it's nice. It looks very strong, and it's actually built to go inside of the storm. That's what we find out. And I feel like he's important for a lot of reasons for this movie, but the main reason is he's in there to bring action. Because if he wasn't, the movie would just be the main character freaking out every time a tornado popped up. And that's not fun to watch. The movie kind of gets boring at this part, but we learn 2 things. The first thing, you can tell the main character starting to catch feelings for the YouTuber, probably because he got some million subscribers or something. And the second thing, the movie keeps hinting at the old researcher friend, like something's off with him, something he's not telling us. I don't know. Long story short, we're right, okay? The friend is not a good friend. We find out that the friend that convinced her to come back home and help is actually working for a terrible man. Now, they actually want to find information about tornadoes, but not the reason that you would assume. It's not to help people. They actually take advantage of people that just lost their homes, tries to buy off the land that they lost to give them a little money in their pocket. That is terrible. The main character actually finds this out by doing a little research. Now, I'm thinking the same thing you're thinking. Why wouldn't she do research before she goes help a friend? Well, I guess the movie wants us to know that she really trusts this friend and was willing to put all her time and energy to help the friend. And the friend ended up being terrible. So she cut the friend off. She ended up stealing one of the trucks from the company that they was helping out, and she goes back home. And when she makes it back home, she go back to her old research, finds old footage of her and the love of her life playing around, finds all her work that she used to do about tornadoes, just a lot of reminiscing. And then for some reason, okay, people like to pop up in this movie all the time. The YouTuber pops up out of nowhere, and she wasn't shocked or anything. She just softly asked,
"How did you find me?"
That's it. This random man just popped up at her house. The YouTuber and the main character end up looking at all her old research, and she tells him about it. We find out that the YouTuber is not just some dumb YouTuber. Like, he really knows his stuff, and he knows a lot about tornadoes, and he better, if he's going in the middle of tornadoes and trying to get footage for the people, he better know something about them. And she finally admits to him that she ended up making a mistake when it comes to tornadoes and the research, and she ended up losing all her friends. And she tells him what happened to her friends, which is a sad moment. And he tries to make her feel better and tells her that the stuff can work. The stuff that she did can work. Convinces her to continue the research. And she decides to continue the research. So right now, the movie is kind of decent, okay? It's decent. The storytelling is not that great. The creativity is not that great. Yes, I'm skipping all the tornado parts because one of the times they hung out and the tornado happened, like, that stuff is unnecessary. But there's a montage of them testing out the theory. Everything's going good. Everything's smooth. In the middle of them doing research, they find out that this huge level 5 tornado is going into this town, and they decide to go help the people. And it's bad. I'm talking about the tornadoes ripping stuff apart, throwing cars around. They're trying to help. And in between the time they're trying to help, the YouTuber gets caught under some big thing and he's about to lose his life. Okay, somebody else. He's pinned down. She tries to help him. She can't help him because she's not strong enough. And then guess who pops up to help? The bad friend. Where did he come from? Who knows? But let's continue. They end up gathering all the town people or the villagers or whatever you want to call them. They gather them up and take them to a theater. And the theater can't withhold all this damage and this wind gust. They can't even help it. So this is the part of the movie. This is the part of the movie that made the movie way better. You know what happens? The main character takes that truck, takes all the devices that's supposed to dissolve the tornado, and she heads towards the biggest tornado of her life. That same tornado that she lost against at the beginning of the movie. She's ready to face the tornado again and take accountability for what she did. She goes in the middle of the tornado, clamps down, pops up that whatever that's supposed to make the whatever the stuff that's supposed to make the tornado dissolve. She pops it up. It goes into the tornado. And it works. Everybody clap. It works. She took accountability, and her taking accountability saved a whole bunch of people in a random town. 2 polar bears. You get 2 polar bears for this movie out of 5. Congratulations. The movie was decent, but if you're a negative person and want to see some negative stuff, watch this video right here, where one scene ruined a decent movie. One scene ruined the entire movie. Watch it. Click it.